This video is about how to make and use cheater beam. It's a type of compass that you will use to draw arcs with a very long radius. What I have here is a piece of illustration board. I usually keep lots of cold press illustration board in my studio because that's what I use to make models and do paint elevations and that sort of thing. And what I've done is cut a strip of this. In this case, this one's about 10 inches long and about 1.5 inches wide. 1.5 inches wide or so is what I use most of the time, and of course it can be as long as the piece of illustration board, which in some cases could be 30 or 40 inches long. You can see this one is labeled Much Ado About Nothing, and this is 3-inch scale railing detail. So to draft the railing detail in 3-inch scale for Much Ado About Nothing, I needed a long radius because some of the railing had some curvature to it. So basically what I have here is a radius of 2'6" and then 2'6 3/4. How I make this is I cut the strip about 1/4 inch in from the edge. I draw a line, and then I use a regular push pin to make a hole. Then I measure and make another hole, and etc. Then to use this, I know where the center of my arc is, so I can have that marked on my paper, put this in place, take a very sharp drafting pencil and put through the hole here and really very simply draw the arc that I need to draw. And it's pretty darned accurate and works extremely well. I've got another one here. I used one side of it for the turntable for noises off in 1/2 inch scale. I used the other side of it for the seating at Knoxville in 1/4 inch scale. Let's see, and then I had this hole here for the downstage house edge in the theater at St. Louis. So Knoxville, which is what's the name of that theater? The Clarence Brown Theater Company, 1/4 inch scale seating. That's the various rows. So what would happen here in laying that out is I would have it centered here, and here would be the front of one row, the front of the next row, the front of the next row, the front of the next row, and so forth. It's really straightforward, a really easy way to make a beam compass. I have a couple dozen of these hanging in my studio for various shows and various theaters that I work in often, and it's an easy way to do it. So all you need: good sharp pencil, piece of illustration board, and of course an X-Acto knife to cut your illustration board, scale rule to lay it out, and a push pin, and you're in business. So there you are. That's the cheater beam, and of course they can be at times quite long, and for example, I will show you this cheater beam. This is the wall radius for a show called The Travels of Angelica, and the radius is 48 feet. So there is one end of it, and on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and there's the other end. So the cheater beam, great tool. Use it. You don't have to use illustration board. You can also use chipboard or any other good, nice board. Mat board works really well as well. All right, there we go.